Hey, what's up? It's Privacy J here. It's time for another Sunday's live stream. So it's been a minute right now, so it's gonna take a few days about this. Apple announces so far about these three Apple products: the new HomePod and the two Macs, the M2 Pro, the M2 Max MacBook Pro, and the M2 Mac Mini. So far, what you know so far, we did like earlier. It's like yesterday about yesterday's video about the Samsung announcements, the Samsung Galaxy Unpacked 2023. So far, we did. So it's gonna take a few days away. So we're gonna make more on that on the way. So details about it. So, anyways, I'm gonna go over for today's topic about this continuous what to expect from Apple from tech updates. So let's do it now. This is where I left off so far about this last videos about Martin Luther King Day on Monday since the holiday. So yeah, let's start with this the wait, oh yes, I forgot, I don't remember, hold on. This is the paragraph where I left off. So let's read.
While Apple updated the iPad mini annually from 2012 to 2016, updates thereafter became more infrequent, with just one minor refresh in March 2019 before 2021's redesign. As a device that now seems to stick around for longer in between updates, a hardware refresh in 2023 is not certain, but the 7th generation iPad mini is the only iPad model actively rumored to potentially launch this year. Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo believes that the 7th generation iPad will begin mass shipments towards the end of 2023 or in the first half of 2024, so while a launch this year is possible, 2024 seems most likely. 6th generation iPad Air. Unlikely. The iPad Air is another device with no solid rumors about its successor. The current model was introduced in March last year, adding the M1 chip, center stage on the front-facing camera, a faster USB-C port, and several new color options, but it was overall a minor upgrade over the previous model from September 2020. As such, as of 2023, it has been some time since the iPad Air had a major hardware refresh. Yet due to its positioning between the entry-level iPad and the iPad Pro, it is not immediately clear what the new iPad Air model could gain without cannibalizing the iPad Pro. A horizontally oriented front-facing camera, the M2 chip, and a Thunderbolt port are among the potential features for the 6th generation iPad Air, but little is known about the device at this time. While a refresh to add the M2 chip is possible in 2023, it may be more likely that Apple again waits 2 years to update the device and targets 2024 for a more worthwhile upgrade. 7th generation iPad Pro. Very unlikely the next generation iPad Pro models are the most rumored upcoming iPads. The current 11 and 12.9-inch iPad Pro models were released in October 2022, adding the M2 chip, Apple Pencil Hover, Smart HDR4, Wi-Fi 6E, and Bluetooth 5.3, another minor refresh like the 5th generation iPad Air. With the current and previous generation iPad Pro models featuring M-series chips, and the 2022 refresh making the leap to the M2 chip, the M3 chip is the most likely chip to be included in the next generation iPad Pro. The M3 chip is expected to be manufactured using TSMC's 3nm process, bringing the biggest performance and efficiency boost to Apple's chips in several years. The first Apple devices with M3 chips are not likely to appear until the second half of 2023, which seemingly rules out a new iPad Pro anytime soon. Moreover, the main feature rumored for the next generation iPad Pro is OLED displays, an upgrade that has been rumored for over a year. Dozens of reports from multiple sources are consistent that iPad Pro models with OLED displays are scheduled to launch in 2024, rather than this year. The OLED displays Apple is planning to use will reportedly be more durable and enable thinner and more lightweight device designs, and they could have slimmer bezels with the display size options increasing from 11 to 11.1 inches and 12.9 to 13 inches. The iPad Pro has had the same design for 4 successive generations since 2018, and it looks like the device could finally get a redesign in its next incarnation. It is not entirely clear what the new design could look like, but a thinner and lighter device with a glass back or a larger glass Apple logo to enable wireless charging seems plausible based on current rumors. The device could also switch from a default portrait orientation to a landscape design, something seemingly supported by the relocation of the iPad mini's volume buttons and the latest entry-level iPad's landscape front-facing camera. The iPhone 15 lineup is rumored to move to an iPhone 5C or MacBook Pro-like design with a flat front and a rounded back, so a design like this for the iPad Pro is also not out of the question. The one thing that is clear about the next major iPad Pro update according to rumors is that it will not launch in 2023, meaning that any new iPad Pro models this year seem very unlikely. Apple waited over 18 months between the 2021 and 2022 iPad Pros, and if a similar timeline was followed again, the next generation iPad Pro would launch in May 2024. 14-inch iPad. Cancelled. A 14.1-inch iPad was previously rumored to launch in early 2023, but the latest reports suggest such a device is no longer in the works. While it was initially said to feature a mini LED display and promotion technology, it was later believed to feature an LCD display like the iPad Air. This suggests that it was not an iPad Pro model, but rather an all-new kind of iPad that focused on a large display without advanced features present on the high-end iPad models. Larger iPads are still a possibility for the future, as the information believes Apple is designing a 16-inch iPad and Bloomberg has repeatedly confirmed Apple's interest in bigger iPads. With the cancellation of the 14.1-inch iPad, which was ostensibly the most far-developed larger iPad model on account of the corroborated rumors surrounding the device, as well as the only iPad rumored to launch in the first half of the year, it now seems to be the case that any larger iPad models are off the cards for 2023.
All right, next topic. 15-inch MacBook Air rumored for 2023, but the new 12-inch MacBook is now unlikely. Please read for now.
Apple plans to release a larger 15-inch MacBook Air in 2023, but a previously rumored 12-inch MacBook with Apple Silicon is no longer expected to launch this year, according to the latest information shared by Bloomberg's Mark Gurman. Gurman did not share any additional details about the 15-inch MacBook Air, but display analyst Ross Young previously claimed that Apple's suppliers would begin production of 15.5-inch display panels for the new MacBook Air in the first quarter of 2023, leading him to assume that the notebook would be released as early as this spring. As for the 12-inch MacBook, Gurman previously claimed that Apple was
Whoa. Read the first one, please. And then that.
Given that the MacBook Air was just redesigned in 2022, it's likely that the 15-inch model would have a very similar or identical design as the latest 13-inch model, and it will likely be available with M2 and M2 Pro chip options.
There we go. Now go.
As for the 12-inch MacBook, Gurman previously claimed that Apple was considering launching it at the end of 2023 or in early 2024, but today he said that the smaller notebook is no longer on the company's near-term roadmap. Apple has released both lower-end and higher-end 12-inch notebooks in the past. At the low end, Apple introduced an ultra-thin 12-inch MacBook that weighed just 2 pounds in 2015, but the notebook was discontinued in 2019. And at the higher end, Apple offered a 12-inch PowerBook G4 in the mid-2000s, prior to the original MacBook Pro. The previous 12-inch MacBook was thermally constrained as a result of using Intel processors, but Apple Silicon has superior performance per watt, allowing for Apple to reintroduce an ultra-thin, fanless MacBook if it ever decides to.
Next topic. iPhone 15 Pro's A17. So that could be. Let's talk about this. This is rumored. Please read.
The A17 Bionic chip for next year's high-end models of the iPhone 15 lineup could be 35% more efficient compared to current iPhone processors thanks to the use of newer 3nm chip process technology.
Next paragraph.
Apple is expected to adopt the smaller 3nm process technology for the 2023 iPhone chip, destined to be the A17 Bionic. The current A16 Bionic chip uses TSMC's 4nm process, which offers improved efficiency and performance compared to the A15 Bionic chip based on the 5nm process from the year prior. Mass production of TSMC's 3nm process began this week, and Bloomberg cites TSMC's chairman Mark Liu as saying the newer process will require 35% less power while also providing better performance than its previous 5nm process. Apple is expected to be TSMC's biggest customer of the 3nm process, reportedly using it for the upcoming M2 Pro and M2 Max chips and the A17 Bionic for the iPhone 15 Pro. Last week, a report uncovered new challenges Apple faced while developing the A16 Bionic chip for the iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max. According to the report, Apple had more aggressive plans to further improve the GPU on the chip, calling it a generational leap. Apple initially wanted to include ray tracing for the A16 Bionic's GPU, but those plans failed after the chip overheated, leading to poor battery life. Ultimately, Apple changed plans last minute and included a GPU based on last year's A15 Bionic chip. The lack of a more advanced GPU in the A16 Bionic chip could mean we see more considerable improvements with the A17 Bionic chip on high-end iPhone 15 models next year. For the first time with the iPhone 14 lineup, Apple only gave the higher-end Pro models the newer A16 Bionic chip while keeping the lower-end models with the one-year-old A15 Bionic chip. That same precedent is expected to continue next year, with only the higher-end models of the lineup gaining the A17 Bionic, while the rest of the lineup will use this year's A16 Bionic chip. Details on the iPhone 15 and higher-end iPhone 15 Pro and possibly iPhone 15 Ultra are skimmed, but we are expecting improvements with the cameras, including a periscope lens, the expansion of Dynamic Island to all models of the lineup, and more. For everything we know about the iPhone 15, check out our roundup.
All right. So we're gonna stop right here. We're gonna do it again for this topic around next Sunday. So yeah. So anyways, that's gonna be this on Sunday's live stream for today. So hope y'all had a great weekend at this time. So and be sure about tomorrow's video about this updates about Hamza's personal iPad. So stay tuned for that. So keep in mind because there's gonna be no content or no videos throughout this week and next week. So keep in mind, keep you guys updated. So I'll let you guys know when about it. So like and comment and subscribe and let me know all about it. So if you're gonna subscribe for more content, it's a Privacy J Productions and a Privacy J Productions 2. All of my social medias will let you know all about it. Facebook, my name is Jaden Garcia, and Instagram is JTech727, and Snapchat is Scoots0727, and follow me on Twitter at PrivacyJNYC1. So thanks for watching and peace out.